The story of Mr. DongGuo and the Wolf is a fable that has been passed down in ancient China for over 2,000 years. In this fable, there are two characters, Mr. DongGuo, a kind but foolish man who shows mercy to the wicked, and the evil Zhongshan Wolf, who pretends to be pitiful but is actually cruel and heartless. This story has been used for generations by parents at home and teachers at school to educate children on distinguishing between good and evil in life. This well-known fable has multiple versions, with the earliest originating from Zhuo Qiuming's Zhuo Commentary Year 1 of Duke Ai. Zhuo Qiuming, birth and death years unknown, was the founder of traditional Chinese historiography during the late spring and autumn period. He was a literary figure, Confucian thinker, prose writer, and also a close friend of Confucius. Mr. DongGuo was a kind-hearted scholar. One day, he carried a bag of books and rode his donkey, intending to seek a government position in the state of Zhongshan. Along the way, a wounded wolf, bleeding, blocked his path. It pleaded, "Sir, I am being chased by hunters. An arrow has struck me, and I'm almost at death's door. Please hide me in your bag, and I will repay you kindly." Seeing the wolf blocking his path, Mr. DongGuo was initially startled. Knowing that wolves could be dangerous to humans, he was unsure of what to do. However, seeing the blood flowing from the wolf's arrow wound and its pitiful eyes pleading at him, Mr. DongGuo couldn't help but feel compassion. After considering for a moment, he said, "Since you are pleading so earnestly, I will try to help you." He then instructed the wolf to curl up its limbs and tied them with a rope, trying to make its body as small as possible to fit it into the bag meant for books. Before long, the hunter caught up and asked Mr. DongGuo, "Have you seen a wolf?" Mr. DongGuo replied, "I haven't seen a wolf. There are many forks in the road here, and the wolf may have escaped from another path." The hunter believed Mr. DongGuo's words and chased after the wolf in another direction. Mr. DongGuo breathed a sigh of relief. Inside the book bag, the wolf heard the hunter's footsteps fade into the distance and pleaded with Mr. DongGuo to let it out. So, Mr. DongGuo released the wolf. What Mr. DongGuo didn't expect was that the wolf howled and said, "Sir, since you saved my life, I'm so hungry now, please do me a favor again and let me eat you." Then, he pounced on Mr. DongGuo with his teeth and claws bared. Mr. DongGuo had no choice but to struggle desperately, continuously cursing the wolf for its ingratitude. In this critical moment, a passerby, an old man leaning on a cane, happened to come by. Mr. DongGuo hastily asked the old man to judge the situation. However, the wolf completely denied the act of being saved, instead claiming that Mr. DongGuo had tried to suffocate it in the bag. The old man thought for a moment and said, "I don't believe either of your words. How could a bag this small possibly fit a wolf? Let the wolf enter the bag again, and I will judge." The wolf agreed and allowed Mr. DongGuo to tie it up with a rope before putting itself back into the bag. The old man immediately tied the bag tightly and said to Mr. DongGuo, "Such a vicious beast will never change its evil nature. You were foolish to be kind to the wolf." With that, he burst into laughter. Mr. DongGuo suddenly realized the truth and was very grateful to the old man. He then killed the wolf and discarded it by the roadside before continuing on his journey. Thus, from the story of Mr. DongGuo and the wolf, emerged an idiom, "Remove evil and fulfill duty." It signifies the necessity of thoroughly eliminating evil deeds and forces, leaving no room for future troubles. The Farmer and the Snake is a story from Aesop's fables, dating back to the 6th century BCE in ancient Greece. It depicts a kind farmer who, on a cold winter day, warms a frozen snake he finds on the roadside with his body heat. However, after reviving the snake, he is cruelly bitten and killed by the venomous creature. The two fables, Mr. DongGuo and the Wolf and the Farmer and the Snake, tell us that over 2,000 years ago, whether in the East, in China, or in the West, in Greece, people emphasized the importance of teaching children to distinguish between good and bad, establishing a correct understanding from an early age. They cautioned against being deceived by hypocritical evildoers, wrongdoing, and malevolent forces, advocating for the complete and thorough eradication of all evil individuals and deeds, leaving no room for future troubles.